Mozambique has one of the richest lands in Africa. But then, the part that sits on all the wealth in Mozambique is northern Mozambique, a region called Cabo Delgado. You would think that because they have one of the richest lands in Africa, that they are also one of the richest countries in Africa. Well, that's not the case. Mozambique happens to be one of the poorest and the most dangerous places to be in Africa. Huge gas reserves, lithium, gold, name it, is being found in Mozambique. But then, the ISIS group, that is a terrorist group, are destroying things over there. They are pursuing investors by killing their citizens, overtaking lands, taking things, just behaving out of character. In a space of 9 years, they've displaced over 1 million citizens of Mozambique. And so, when you see Mozambicans in your country, just know that they're running away from terrorists in their own country. The real matter of the day is the fact that Russia is helping Mozambique. Most people are wondering, why is Russia helping Mozambique? What's the relationship between Russia and Mozambique? Welcome to Solid Finance Podcast, where we bring you finance and economic updates of things that are happening in Africa and the world at large. Let's dive right in.
The recent attacks by armed groups in northern Mozambique displaced tens of thousands in July alone, deepening an already dire humanitarian crisis in Cabo Delgado and straining limited aid supplies, according to the United Nations. According to the UN's Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, attacks by armed groups between 20th and 28th July triggered the displacement of at least 46,000 people across the districts of Chiure, Ankwabe, and Muidumbe. Since January, over 95,000 people have fled insecurity in Cabo Delgado, and humanitarian access is becoming increasingly fragile. Reports indicate a high number of unaccompanied or separate children. Mozambique has been battling the Islamist insurgency in Cabo Delgado province since 2017. Government forces have struggled to contain the violence, relying on support from troops sent by Rwanda, South Africa, and other regional.
For us to understand what is bringing about the chaos in Mozambique, we have to go back to what even started this chaos in the first place. The insecurity issue in Mozambique has lasted for 9 years and counting. But then, the most affected area is the northern part of Mozambique. This area is known to have a very beautiful coastline, but then, because of the insecurity in that area, they tend to pursue tourists and investors. Geologists found something massive under the Indian Ocean, Cabo Delgado. Now, Cabo Delgado sits on top of a huge gas, a gas worth about $50 billion. Almost immediately this information got out, global energy surfaced. Companies like ExxonMobil and Total Energy. Because of this discovery, analysts tagged Mozambique as the Qatar of Africa. But then, the wealth did not get to the hands of the locals, and as such, they created a group called the ISIS group, a terrorist group. This terrorist group attacked the government in October 2017. Villages were burnt, houses were looted, people were kidnapped, major roads were even blocked. And because of this issue, Total Energy put their projects on hold. Now, at this point, the Mozambicans were looking for help. And so in 2019, Russians stepped in. Mind you, this Russian group we called the Wenger group. They were not the real army. So they came with their equipment. But then Cabo Delgado was an untapped forest. So their drones couldn't see through those trees. By 2021, the issue became very alarming. And then because of that, the South African countries had to step in. The South African countries known as SAMIN sent help through funds. The Rwandan government sent their army, their military, to go there and help them safeguard their country. Rwanda kept sending troops, and over time, they had increased from 1,000 troops to about 6,000 troops. And if you know very well, for you to employ another country's army, it means that you have to pay them for their services. You need to provide their food and all of that. For years, the European Union helped with the funds. In 2026, Rwanda warned that they were going to pull out. They were going to stop guarding Mozambique if they don't get paid. And as such, the Mozambican government had no other option than to start paying the Rwandan military men so that they can, keep safeguarding them. And this has continued up until this week when Russia stepped in. Come to think of it, this company is owned by the European Union. Why is it Mozambique that is paying for everything? Because they should consider the fact that this company is theirs. All the interest that they'll get from their company belongs to them. They're supposed to, pay some kind of fee and then still help them with their insecurity issue.
Rwanda has warned it may withdraw its troops from Mozambique's conflict-affected Cabo Delgado province if sustainable international funding is not secured. Rwandan forces were deployed in 2021 at the request of Mozambique to help combat armed groups linked to an Islamist insurgency in the gas-rich region. Kigali says its troops have contributed to stabilizing parts of Cabo Delgado, but says the nation cannot continue without relying.
After this video actually came out, the Mozambicans had to start paying, and then they're running out of funds because if you are the one that is now financing every single thing, it means you have to pay for the bullets, for the gun, for their feeding, for their accommodation, and then of course money for upkeep so they can send back to their families. In July 2026, a meeting was held between Russia's foreign minister and the president of Mozambique, President Daniel Chapo. Now this conversation was based on them training their own personnel and also giving them equipment. I'd like to take the report from a particular Mozambican newspaper. Russia ready to assist Mozambique in eliminating Cabo Delgado terrorism. We continue to support the effort of Mozambican President Chapo to stabilize the situation in the north, eliminating the terrorist threat and consolidate the true sovereignty of Mozambique, Lavrov told reporters following a bilateral meeting with Mozambican Minister of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation Marias dos Santos Lucas. We provide support, namely through personnel training and the supply of necessary weaponry and equipment. This time around, their goal is very clear. They're not sending their military personnel to come and help Mozambicans fight their war. Rather, they're going to help them with training their own personnel and also with equipment that will help them fight this insurgency. The bitter truth is the nature of this war has mutated. That is, it has actually changed. Even though it's far from being over, but then it's better than before. Mozambique is trying to balance everything. French money, Rwanda's military personnel, and right now, Russians' equipment. This is serious, strong strategy. Do you think that a military solution alone can fix a problem that was caused by a rebellion out of poverty? I'd like us to discuss in the comment section, and I'll make sure to keep you guys updated of whatever happens after this deal has been signed between Russia and Mozambique. Do well to like, do well to share, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Solid Finance Podcast, for more finance content like this. Until next time, bye for now.